welcome back to another video. Today it's going to be a preview for Millwall versus Swansea City at the Den in the Sky Championship, so let's get straight into it.
So we've got a Millwall fan called Harry for him to give you his thoughts ahead of the game, so we'll just listen to him, what he has to say.
Right, so for the Millwall versus Swansea game on Tuesday, I believe that due to the fact Millwall have not won since lockdown has been eased, I think that we will get the win against Swansea, who I believe are just a place above us or below us. So that should be the sort of motivation that we need if we want to keep pushing on and try and get promoted. So I believe we will win 2-1. I think Swansea will go 1-0 up because that's most likely what will happen with Millwall at the moment. So hopefully we'll get the win. Hopefully it will increase our playoff chances. Let's hope so. Lads, have a good one.
So obviously a massive thanks to Harry for featuring on our channel. Go subscribe to him. His link will be down in the description. He does some good Millwall content, so yeah, just go check him out.
So now onto the main part of the video, so starting off with my thoughts going into the game. You know, we're off the back of a really bad defeat to Luton at home. Wasn't expected at all, but it's the same bottom of the league curse, always happens. We did the same to Ipswich last season, did the same to Stoke earlier on this season, now we've done it to Luton, so it happens all the time. But you know, we've got to try and bounce back. It's going to be a tough game. It's always a tough game at the Den, whether there's fans or not. But we need the 3 points, and I'm hoping we can get the 3 points and bring them home, because if we lose, in my opinion, we are definitely 100% out of the playoff race. You know, 4 points off at the minute, still in with a shout. It's looking unlikely, but however, we are still in with a shout, but with a loss, we'll be well off. So I think we've got to win. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this will be a very tough game, because Millwall have played well throughout the season. Obviously they beat us at our place, and that was really unfortunate. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game against them. As you said, it's always a tough place to go with them. Yeah, without fans or not, they do have some great fans, I have to give it to them. And yeah, it's going to be a tough game against them. I mean, we sometimes play well against them, but we've just been really inconsistent this season. Obviously, losing to Luton was an absolute travesty, and it just wasn't good enough at all. So we need to improve on that performance definitely, and definitely change up the side, because we shouldn't play that same side as we did for Luton. You know, that needs to be changed desperately. And yeah, it's going to be a very tough game, I think.
Yeah, it will be. So now on to key players. So starting off with Millwall is at the home side. So I've highlighted 2. I've gone with Matt Smith, the tall striker, 6'6" or 6'7", I think he is. Brilliant striker, strong, can hold off a player, wins everything in the air. And I'm also going to go with Jed Wallace. I think he's a really good player for Millwall as well. But would you add anyone else?
Yeah, I think I go for Jake Cooper, the 6'4" centre back. I think he's been really good for them this season. Good young player to have, and yeah, he looks really good when he's in action, so it's to him as well.
Yeah, so now on to the Swansea key players. So I'll go with Andre Ayew, obviously one of the best players in the Championship. Doesn't really need anything else said. When on form, he's a brilliant player. And I'd also go with Burson Salina, because I think he's going to be key to this game, because he hasn't played the last 2 games, and I think Cooper needs to change it up. But would you add anyone else?
Yeah, I think I'd say our skipper Matt Grimes. I thought he played really well. Well, not really well, but I thought he played well against Luton. I thought he's, in my opinion, our star player. And I think he's a decent leader as well. And you know, he wants to win games desperately, and I think he's a good captain for us. So I'd have to say him.
Yeah. So now onto the lineup for us. So I'm going to give my lineup, and then Luke's going to give his. So starting off with me, in goals I'll go with Freddie Woodman. Obviously he did make a mistake, but he's still our best keeper. Full-backs, I'm going to go Norton and Jake Bidwell. Roberts wasn't really up to it. And centre-backs, I'm going to have to go with Joe Rodon and Ben Wilmot, because Cabango's performance wasn't very good in the last game, and Rodon needs to come back into the side. And then in midfield, I'm going to go with Grimes, and I'm going to go with Conor Gallagher in a bit of a deeper role. And then in the cam spot, I'm going to go with Burson Salina for some creativity. On the left, I'm going to go with Aldo Kalulu. On the right, I'm going to go with Andre Ayew. And up front, I'm going to go with Ryan Brewster, because I think that's a deadly front 3 with Salina in behind. It can really cause problems, and I think Cooper really needs to try that out, something more attacking. But what lineup would you go with?
Yeah, I'd also go Woodman in goal. Left back Bidwell, right back Norton. Actually no. I think I'll switch Roberts for Bidwell, actually, because I don't think Bidwell had a good game at all. But yeah, centre backs. I think I heard that Van der Horn's back, and he's fit to play. So I would like him to start, so I'd probably say him and Wilmot, because I still think Roden needs a bit more time out just to try and get fully fit.
Yeah.
In midfield, I think I'd go for Fulton and Grimes, because I thought they both played fantastic. I feel like Gallagher needs to be dropped. I don't think he played well against Luton at all in any circumstance. And in Cam, and I say it all the time, but I would like Jan Dander to come back into the side, because I think he's a very, very key player to have. Can get assists and goals here and there, and he's the type of player that we've needed to start, but he's always been on the bench and he's never really started that many games, so I'd have to say him. And the same attack with Cluedo on the left, Ayo on the right, and Brewster up front.
So now finally on to the predictions. So as I said, it's going to be a very, very tough game. Always is at the Den, as I've said. But for that reason, I do think we'll get something out of it, but I don't think we'll win. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I'm going to say goals for them, Matt Smith. Eric would say to get the goal for us, I'm going to go with Conor Gallagher to get his first goal. But what's your prediction?
Unfortunately, I have to go negative here. I just don't feel confident coming up against Millwall. I think they're a strong side. So for us, I think I will score, and for them, I think it'll be Jed Wallace and Matt Smith.
Yeah, so obviously that's it for this preview, and tomorrow we'll be bringing you a double-header live stream. First up is going to be Millwall versus Swansea at 5 o'clock, and then after that it'll be Man United versus Brighton at 8:15, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, cheers.